Hi there, welcome, Luke here with you, and in this video we're going to go over the absolute basics of cryptocurrency. So if you're absolutely new, then this video will just give you some insight and some knowledge about how you can start using it for the first time. So you can see that I'm logged into an exchange. So there are many exchanges around the world, and you can choose an exchange that suits you. So at the moment I'm on the Waves exchange, which we recommend for hashing ad space because you can use Asimi, but there's also other major leading exchanges, Coinbase, Kraken, CoinJar, all around the world. And a lot of exchanges, they do one thing first that I'd like to talk about. They move fiat currency, so your dollars, euros, into something like Bitcoin, and then from Bitcoin back into your fiat currency. And so one of the first steps typically to using cryptocurrency is finding an exchange that works in your local area. So for Australia, for instance, CoinJar is the one that I personally use. So that allows me to take money from my Westpac bank account, send it to my CoinJar account, and then take my Bitcoin from my CoinJar account and send it to my Westpac bank account as Australian dollars. Okay, so that's that process between the exchange of fiat and crypto. So you can look at some of our recommendations and find one that services your local area, and that way you have this link that you set up so that you can buy Bitcoin and so that you can then sell your Bitcoin back into your currency when the time comes. So now, how does it actually work? So let me give you a bit of an example. Bitcoin is the leading cryptocurrency. It was the first and it's leading. And so when we talk about sending and receiving Bitcoin, if I click on this receive button, it will show me my Bitcoin wallet address. So you can see right here, this is my Bitcoin wallet address, this series of numbers and letters. So on any exchange that you have, you'll find something similar to this. It'll be different because it's unique to you. Okay, so this is my unique wallet address. And if I was to give this address to you and you sent me Bitcoin, it would come here to my wallet. Now, this is a public address, so you can share this with anybody. Okay, so you copy this, share it, and then they can send Bitcoin to you. Think of this like a PayPal email. If you're familiar with using PayPal, you send somebody your PayPal email, and then they send you the money to the email, and then that registers with your PayPal account. This is much the same. You send this to somebody, they send the Bitcoin to this address, and then it will show up in your wallet. So if we just close this, I'll show you how that would work. If I want to send Bitcoin, I would paste, obviously not my own code, but to somebody else's. It's saying gateway error because it knows that it's my address, but you would paste somebody else's address in there, and then you can continue and you can send the Bitcoin to them. So that's how you would send and receive Bitcoin, and the same rule apply with Asimi. So it's important to note that your Bitcoin address, let's have a look at it, is unique to you, but also unique to Bitcoin. So you can't send a different cryptocurrency to a different address. Even though it's on the same exchange, it's a completely different blockchain, which is how the transactions are handled. So one of the best benefits about cryptocurrency is that you don't have this third party. You don't have PayPal, you don't have your bank, right? You don't have somebody that's giving you the rules and governing that transaction. And so that was really one of the powers of blockchain, because now there's this consensus that is formed from the miners, and they're all computers working away, doing the transactions, creating the ledger, and making sure everything matches. Okay, and that was really, that was the evolution into blockchain. It was really exciting. So what's happening is once you send Bitcoin to an address, it will go through the blockchain where the Bitcoin miners work it out, make sure it's all good, so that they're calculating and they're competing, right, in order to do that. So there's a lot of exciting stuff with it, but as they compete and they mine, they confirm that the transaction was legitimate. So what it's confirming is that you had enough Bitcoin in your wallet address to send, and that the other person received it. Okay, so it's that simple. So now once that is done, that is all happening on the Bitcoin blockchain. So if you want to send a Asimi to somebody else, you have to get your Asimi code. Okay, so this is my Asimi receive code. So if I want someone to send me Asimi, I would get this code, copy it, and I would send it to them, and then they can send me Asimi. Again, it's just like a PayPal email, but in this, what the point of this is that you have a unique code for each coin. Okay, now Next, let's talk about sending and receiving. So what I love about cryptocurrency is that it's very easy to send and receive. So I can send you cryptocurrency. I could send you a Simi now. You would have it in about 5 seconds, literally, and then it would have cost less than a cent for me to send it to you anywhere in the world, and you would have it immediately in your own Waves exchange. Now you might be thinking, okay, so how do I get a Simi back into my bank account? So this process is very, very easy. A lot of people ask, yeah, but how do I turn that into real money? Okay, that's often the question. And the way that it works is very, very easy. The leading cryptocurrency, as we've already talked about, is Bitcoin. And so the way that you can send your cryptocurrency into your fiat currency of your currency, euros, pounds, whatever that is typically with Bitcoin. So the best thing to do is get Bitcoin, and then you can exchange it into your fiat currency. So with something like a Simi, that's why we trade a Simi and Bitcoin as our biggest trading pair. So people that earn a Simi tokens that then want to exchange them into their fiat currency to spend, down the shopping center, for instance, at home, they first then exchange their Simi into Bitcoin, and then they can send that Bitcoin to their own bank account, and the exchange will turn it into their fiat currency. So again, in my example, if I was to earn a Simi, I would then go and exchange it into Bitcoin, and then I would send my Bitcoin to my CoinJar account in Australia, and then I would have a transaction, very simple, to send that into my Australian dollars. So that's how the process works. It's really very easy. So if, for instance, if you were going to send me some money, and you asked, Luke, how would you like me to send it to you? PayPal, bank? I would say, no, can you please send me cryptocurrency? That's my honest opinion. It's going to be faster, it's going to be a lot less fees, and it's super easy to exchange into my Australian dollars. Okay, so don't, if you're completely new and you're thinking, wow, this seems a little complicated, it's not. Once you start using it, it's actually easier than going to the bank. If I wanted to send you money via the bank, I'd have to go down there, they're going to charge me $40 just to send a wire transfer. Then it's going to take 3 to 5 days. We're going to lose on the currency conversion fees. And for what? When I could have just sent it immediately using cryptocurrency. There's a lot of power in it. So let me just quickly give you an example right now where I might send this account a Simi. So let's pretend that I'm going to send this wallet address to somebody else. So I want somebody to send me a Simi. So I'm going to copy this, copy address, and then I'm going to pretend that I'm somebody else. So I'm just going to log out. I'll go to a different wallet. You can see I have 38.3 Asimis. So we'll head across and I'll send myself some new Asimi. Okay, so here we are in another account. This is still in a Waves account. And so I want to send some Asimi to that person, which of course we all know is me, but this could be to anybody. So I put in the code, I double check that it's the right code, of course. You have to be very careful, okay? Make sure it's always the right code. It's like sending money to the wrong bank account number. You definitely don't want to do it, okay? You can't get it back. So the best thing to do is always double, triple check that the code is correct. So I know that that is correct, and I'm going to send myself 100 Asimi tokens. So I can now click on continue, and it will give me a preview. So this is who I'm sending it to. Again, gives you another chance to double check it. It's going to cost me 1/1000th of a cent, basically, a little less than that. So you can see very, very low cost, and I'm going to send it. And as soon as it says it's sent, your transaction is on the way. You've sent 100 Asimi tokens. This could be to anybody around the world, okay? So now I'm going to close that and head back to the other account where I'll show you. So I'm just going to keep the camera rolling so that you can see that it is this easy. So now I'm back in the other account, and you can see right here I have an extra 100 Asimi tokens that have been added into my wallet that fast, okay, and that cheap. a cent anywhere around the world, people have Asimi. Now, again, if you wanted that in your fiat currency, you exchange it into Bitcoin, then you send it to the exchange to exchange into your fiat currency, whatever your local area is. So that's a bit of a rundown on just using cryptocurrency. I'm a big advocate for it, obviously, but I absolutely love it. Like I said, it's my preferred way to transact. It is a huge movement. A lot of people that are getting into cryptocurrency really can see the benefits of it. I mean, surely you can see just then how easy that was to send cryptocurrency to another wallet, anybody's wallet around the world. So there's a lot of power in it, and it's an exciting time to be online and be involved in this industry. So hopefully that gave you some insight into the basics of using cryptocurrency. Luke here, and I'll see you in the next video.